Hey, welcome back everybody, and today we are going to look at the new Thrustmaster Viper TQS throttle system. I had the opportunity to put my hands on this back during the Flight Simulator Expo, and I was pretty impressed with that. What we're going to do today is take this out of the box and go through it and let you guys know what I think about it and everything like that, and do a live demo. Now, I want to be upfront with this. I did not purchase this. This was actually sent to me by Thrustmaster. So, to the Thrustmaster team, I want to thank you guys for the incredible opportunity, because this is awesome. I know I'm one of the smaller DCS channels that is growing pretty well lately, but a huge thank you to them for this opportunity. This is awesome. All right, let's get this out of the box and let's check this out. Right. Warranty card. Right. Nice little instruction booklets. What we got up here? Alright, I'm just going to do this the easy way. Go. Looks like they give a USB to USB-C connector. Oh, wow. Hey, here she is. Wow, just like the demo at the Flight Sim Expo. That is really cool. All right, so if you guys aren't as familiar with this, there are three different packages for this particular throttle, which I'll throw up on screen right now. But you can get it a throttle only, you can get the side panel only, or you can get them both together like this, and it's called the mission pack, which is what this particular throttle is set up as. So you get both the throttle and the side panel. Wow, this is really cool. This is cool. It even has a little roller bearing right here where it rides against the the frame. That is awesome. Very nice and smooth. Alright, let's just go around this and see what we get. So obviously the throttle with all of the switches and buttons. Little zoom wheel. A lot of knobs. There's your countermeasure knobs, landing gear, all these switches and buttons. This is awesome. And the panic button. I like how they have the panic button for your chaff and flares. There's the USB connector up front. They included an Allen wrench, probably for adjusting friction knob. I'll find that here in a minute. Ah, okay. Looks like I have some ways of mounting. There are ways of mounting this to my seat frame, so awesome. Alright, speaking of which, let me get this up on the seat frame, and I'll cover that and we'll do a live demo. Alright, now here we are in the DCS Viper. Now, with some recent updates that Eagle Dynamics did, and I have the version numbers on screen for both open beta and stable, so if you are running at least these versions or higher, then what Eagle Dynamics did was add the Viper throttle setup as a controller profile, which means that once you plug this into your computer and you load up DCS, it'll recognize this as the Viper throttle system, and it will automatically map every single one of these controls to their respective controls in the virtual cockpit here. Like, for example, my stores configuration, Cat 1, Cat 3, which is right there. Cat 3, Cat 2. So they match their respective controls, and they feel really good. They feel very similar to what my Warthog has. They're very, like, they're a little stiff to operate. However, I've run the Warthog for over 2 years now, and they feel just as solid then. They feel just as solid now as they did then. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get this thing fired up. Let's get some electrical power. Now I'm waiting for that to come up to speed. One of the things you have to do on this is you have to disengage this interlock lever, just like the real jet. You have to pull that and then rotate the handle up to get it over the hump and into the idle detent. So I'm at 20%, ready to go. Interlock. There we go. We have ignition. Nice. Go ahead and close my canopy for you guys. Alright, now I want to call your attention right here to this 4-position knob. This is labeled as the mode knob, and it's labeled ILS TACAN, nav, and ILS nav. These are all functions of the EHSI, as you can see right here. And despite the labeling, this is not what that controls, because this is controlled by the mode button underneath it, not a knob. What this knob is actually for is the inertial navigation system mode knob. So right now it's an off. I'm going to go 1 position, and that'll make it into stored heading to start my alignment. Let's get my HUD. Yep, there we go. Alright. Let me wait for this navigation to align, and I'll see you here in a moment. Alright, here we are. The navigation's ready and aligned, so I just rotate this 2 more clicks to navigation, and we are all set there. And it looks like we are ready to taxi. Nose wheel steer on. Let's throw on my taxi light. And before I get rolling, let's turn on the RWR, and that's the threat warning auxiliary panel, which is these 4 buttons, and it's this one right here. There we go. Awesome. And then with these 2 knobs, you got the program knob, and then rotate that one to standby. Looking good. And back here, pardon the view, I'm still getting used to this, trying to find the right switches, and jammer on. There we are. And then mouse click to RWR, turn on chaff and flares. There we go. I really like having the countermeasures so you can set the program and the mode real quick up on your fingers. Now, just like the toggle switches, these aren't so loose that they're difficult to turn. They do require some force, but that also means you can't bump it out of place. So, something I like. Alright, let's taxi. That is incredibly smooth. And the friction out of the box is set in a way that it'll stay put where if I take my hand off of it. But it's not difficult to move it in any position. Awesome. Really looking forward to when that comes out. Hopefully soon. That one as well, despite that being an H model. I know we're getting a J model 130 soon. But we're not here to talk about that today. We are focusing on the Viper. Alright, here we are on the runway, and let's get the jet finished and ready to go. Arm the seat. CMDS to semi. Turn on the radio. Get the IFF going. Strobe lights on. Probe heat. And radar altimeter. Everything else is looking good. Alright. I am going to do a full burner takeoff. So let's do this. Here we go. Thrustmaster off. Add a burner. Now, I have the landing gear control. You have to lift it up and move it forward to get it into the up position. You can't just bump it out of the down position. I like having that. That's nice. Alright, so let's go through some of these controls. Right here in the index finger, that is your comm switch. So up is UHF, down is VHF, IFF out, IFF in. This is your manual ranging knob. This is used mostly with a targeting pod. Your cage uncage switch is right here. It's the push. Dogfight guns, dogfight missile, back to center. Speed brake is on this particular thumb right here. Speed brake out, speed brake in. And just like the Warthog's speed brake switch, you can latch it forward so that they come all the way down, but you have to hold it to send them out. So if I let that go, it'll come out halfway and it'll stop. But if I do that, they'll come all the way in. I'm going through a cloud. Alright. So I've just moved the camera for you guys. You guys can see the back of the throttle. So back here we have the radar cursor slew switch, and if you push it in, it's the cursor enable. Now I really like the range of movement on this. It's really, really nice, especially compared to my Warthog throttle, which, if you're familiar, has just that little nubbin up on your forefinger or middle finger. I'm struggling to remember. That has probably been one of the chief complaints on that particular throttle over the years, is just that it is a very sensitive control. My understanding is they have moved to one of these style controls for the Warthog, which is nice. You have an additional rocker that does not exist in a real jet. This can be used for like a VR zoom, and it also has a depress feature, so you can rock that back and forth and depress. And let's see, go master arm. Looks like I got an air target somewhere ahead of me. Let's see if we can find him. Arm, and let's go air-to-air mode. Here we go, got him. Alright, let's go run this guy down. Full burner. And then also with your thumb here, so both of your primary radar controls are right here underneath your thumb. It's really nice. So this roller wheel here is your antenna elevation control, and then your cursor control right here. So your two primary controls are right there. Easy access. And Fox 3. Add a burner. Seconds to impact. Hit. So with the dogfight switch, we can do this also. So let's see. Dogfight guns. Here, my sidewinder. Uncage. Fox 2. So that was with the uncage up on my index finger. Looks like he decoyed that away. Oh, nope. That got him. Oh, it took his wing off. Awesome. Splash one. Alright, come out of dogfight mode, back to normal. Excellent. Come out of air-to-air mode. Alright, a couple of the controls right here in the back. These are for your autopilot, so that's a pretty handy feature, which we have right here on the miscellaneous panel, your roll heading select and your pitch control. So let's go ahead and put that on. So autopilot altitude hold, and you have this heading wheel right here, which if I zoom in for you guys on an HSI, this adjusts your heading bug. To where you want it, and then we go up for a heading select. And there we go. And then if we want, we can send it back to the left. I like having that. That's very useful. Let's see. Go to search mode on the threat warning. And we have the various programs. I'll just run through some of those real quick for you. So for me on program 1 is 4 chaff. So there we go, 4 chaff. Program 3 is 3 flares. Nice. And then if I hit the panic button, I should get 3 of each. There we go. I like that. That is handy. On the A10 Warthog, which I used for the Viper for the longest time, I have that button mapped to a button, I think, on my left throttle. That is very easy to get to. Just bump. You can even see the button animate. That's awesome. Alright, one of the last controls I want to cover is the emergency storage jettison, which is down near the landing gear handle, both in the cockpit and on the throttle setup. And that button will quickly get rid of any air-to-ground storage, your fuel tanks, anything that is not an air-to-air missile or a targeting pod or the harm pod. So if we go outside the jet, I hit the button, there goes my gas tanks. Off they go. Now I'm ready for air combat in case I get jumped by a hostile. Awesome. Really cool feature there. I'm glad they stuck that there. It doesn't make a lot of noise, even with that roller bearing. I cannot hear that thing at all. So, and like I said, it is incredibly smooth. Out of the box, the tension's just right. So I take my hand off it, it stays put. It doesn't fall. It doesn't fall back to idle or full power. Nice range of movement. It fits the hand really nicely, and I love being that you know for sure where your burner is. So right now I'm at full mil power, 100% on my RPM, and then if I want burner, rock it up and push it forward, and boom, I got burner. Overall, my first impressions on this are really good. I really like this throttle, and with that, I'm really grateful for this opportunity from Thrustmaster. This is really cool, and I'm happy I get to share it with you guys as well. As far as I know, the release date for this particular throttle is October 11th. That was the last I checked the main Thrustmaster website today. There may be a pre-order. I'm not for certain on that. I will update. I'll put a community post on the channel if I find out if there's going to be a pre-sale on or pre-order on this particular throttle. All right, guys. With that, thank you guys for watching. I will be featuring this throttle in future videos as well. I absolutely love flying the Viper, and this is a really awesome addition to my sim pit. I mean, it feels great. It's just an awesome control, and this would make a fine addition to anybody's sim pit, in my opinion, especially if you're a fan of the F-16 Viper. with that, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.